Hello and welcome back to Don't You Forget About Me. The titles of these things never get any better. Welcome back, everybody. Sam's ruined the surprise. Sam is here again. Hey, Sam.
Sorry, mate. I,
How?
I was I was gonna say try and make it a song in your head.
I
Swin,
don't
don't you
you forget
forget.
about me. Yeah. Well, that was the obviously that was the pun I was going with. But when I first thought of it, I thought, yep, great. Stick it in the title and done, and then I regret it. It's the same with all of them. Pulling up the Shlomsk in particular, because saying Shlomsk every time is hard. Anyway, how are you doing, man? You good?
Yes, yeah, good, good. I was, as you are aware, devastated last night that there were some technical errors with some of my recordings, but correcting them has been an okay process. So
Yeah,
I'm
sounded
suitably
that way.
cheered.
Yeah. Good. Right, so I will fill you in on where we are, Sam, because you haven't been with us since the weird middle point of last season. So you'll have seen one of the last videos, because I haven't uploaded the other one yet. But yeah, this is where we are in the Premier League. We are currently sixth even. Although
Sixth,
don't
quality.
let that get too excited because it is only after 7 games, and we've played a lot more than everyone else. So we'll probably be more like 10th or 11th by the end of play. Although what are
Gotcha.
we on 10th? Yeah, I
10
mean
points.
conceivably we could even be down 15th. So it looks good at the moment, but let's let everyone catch up.
Yeah.
Our recent fixtures have been thusly. You will have seen the last video, a 3-1 win. I then lost 1-0 at home to Chelsea, which is frustrating, and beat York 1-0. That's League Two York, I think.
Ouch.
And that was, I believe, an 80th minute, a 90 plus 2 minute winner. Yeah.
Well, you have to get the big guns on then.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kane Bowers gets his first goal of the season. Lovely stuff. We then went away to Liverpool, got smashed. We then went at home and got beat off Arsenal 4-1. I think that's a little bit misleading because we were very even.
Mm.
And actually, the Liverpool result, I believe, I think I talked about this in the last video, but yeah, again, we were better than them. Like this fella here, Hassan Ouadi,
Yeah.
had a sort of 8 minute spell of brilliance that really put us to the sword, which was a shame. We then beat Newcastle 4-3, which was one of the games I recorded in the video prior to this. So you haven't seen it yet, but it happened. And
Yeah.
then we welcomed Arsenal back to the county ground and beat them 3-0
Nice.
in the League Cup.
Quality.
Our reward for beating one of the top teams in England in the third round of the League Cup is to be given one of the top teams in England in the fourth round of the Cup, this time away.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's a troublesome thing. I was hoping we could go a bit far.
Yeah. But then is it the League Cup where people don't prioritize it and they put their like
Yeah.
secondary squad out?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what explains the 3-0 win against Arsenal.
Yeah.
One might hope that maybe Spurs would leave off a bit for that game.
Hmm.
I'd like to try and win the League Cup. It would be nice. I think I mentioned it in the last one, but that's the only major trophy Swindon have ever won. So if we could win
Is
that
it?
again, yeah.
Oh, quality.
Back in 1969, beat Arsenal 3-1 in the final. Don Rogers scored twice, I think.
Right, okay. So you
I
can,
remember well.
bring back the glory days of
Exactly.
the late 60s, was it?
69, yeah. The summer of '69. What a year it was.
Oh yeah.
Then we drew away.
Just for that reason.
Yeah, just for that. We then drew with Charlton, which was frustrating because we were winning and we let in a sort of lame goal at the end, and then we beat West Brom, newly promoted West Brom 3-2. We've been doing a lot of not very many clean sheets this season. Only clean sheets in the cup so far. So hopefully
Yeah.
we can change that today when we play Man City, which is unlikely. And then we'll do a Man City game. We'll do a Bradford game. We'll have a chat whilst we're going on. We'll get to see the rest of the league catch up with us.
Yeah, see how they get on.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Huddersfield somehow are on an 18 match losing streak or without winning streak,
Wow.
and they continue that there. Western Supermare.
Awful, awful stuff.
Oh, fucking hang on. No, I've told you, Masha. Hang on a second. Sorry, she wants. Butter one. She's asking me what type of curry sauce to buy. And Man City warm up their game with us by smashing Tottenham 5-0. So good, that bodes well for us. Now, let's carry on. So what does that do to the league, by the way? Simon Cox is very vocal in his... He's like our version of the real life Paul Scholes when he was being a pundit, just sort of always mouthing off in the press. Yeah. And Simon Cox is doing the same for us, which is fine, I guess.
Yeah, we'll only provide analysis about one team.
Yeah. So far, what's that done to us? We've dropped down a couple of places. Obviously, we've still got further we could go. But let's hope not. City, who won the season last? It was Man United, absolutely dominated the league last year, yeah. I mean, Christ, what a season.
Plus 90 goal difference, that's not bad.
I'll take it. We're doing pretty well for goals scored. In fact, at one point we had scored the most, but we've also almost conceded the most. So the work on improving the defence clearly hasn't quite.
Yeah, I mean, considering that goalie you signed, who was top notch.
Yeah, for free off Arsenal.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So we've had our 9th place. Yes, we've been usurped. We're now in 10th.
I suppose it's all gelling. You've got new signings.
Yeah, it's only 8 games in the season. I'm confident, considering the start we've had. This is the best start we've had over the last couple of years. I'm pretty confident that we'll be within this kind of 5th to 10th bracket of teams. If we go on a couple of good run, or if we manage to nick a couple of results against the big teams, then maybe we'll be a little bit higher. But I don't see us being quite so close to the bottom as we were last year. Yeah, fair enough. No, it's a good aspirational up and coming mid-table side. Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, but then we've also got Leicester and Norwich and Charlton above, and Forest Green above us. For fuck's sake, fucking Forest Green.
So, how have your new signings been performing?
Pretty well. The wingers, particularly, you can see how much difference it makes. Like the amount of chances we're creating is much better. And actually, I was going to say on the fact that I know we got beat quite heavily off of Arsenal and Liverpool, but the fact that our stats are more equal makes me feel very happy with how things are going. It makes me think that we're not too far away from competing a bit better. We just need to be a bit more clinical up front, which continues to be a problem, but not as much of a problem when we're making a lot more chances.
Yeah. Like, you're not playing badly. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. We've not had any games where I've been like, bloody hell, that's pathetic. The Liverpool one was a bit of a collapse, which was a shame, because we were dominating them before they scored, and then they just went on a wild tear up.
Yeah.
Huddersfield have lost 12 in a row, in fact.
Christ.
Only 7 games into the season.
How is the manager not fired? I mean, considering if you go 6 games without a win these days, that's like you're going to get fired.
Yeah.
He should not be in a job.
Who is he? Greg Clark. Who's he?
Greg Clark.
Wasn't he in real life, isn't he the guy who used to be the head of... who the hell is Shinnik? He played on loan at Shinnik Yaroslavl in Russia. Love it.
Russia. There you go.
Great stuff.
The average. Go back one sec. Was the average age of the squad 19?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But then they probably don't. I was going to say they don't exist. There's only one player. So yeah.
Oh dear.
It's a bit strange though. There's a lot of English youngsters being loaned to Eastern Europe. Like quite a few sort of middling players who would sort of end up having a decent championship career. In their first couple of seasons, they get loaned out to like Dinamo Zagreb for a year, or like there's one guy who played 3 seasons in Serbia. So what are you doing? Why?
I can't. It's not based on anything, is it? Really, that doesn't really happen.
No, exactly. So unless they've, I guess the computer clubs might be using the, parent-child club thing a bit better than I would do, for example.
Yeah, potentially. There is that.
But I always think, I don't know about you, but I always think that, when you've got a child club or a parent club, no one ever wants to move to them because you can only ever get like a really naff one. Well, you're different though, innit? Because you always have like a team in the championship who you basically just prop up.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's the theory. So interestingly, last season, both. Well, no, the season before last, I had 3 teams in the Championship, and then 2 of them got relegated at the same time. So both Leicester and Norwich got relegated, whereas Sheffield United stayed in the division. So then, of course, I could only send the really rubbish players to Leicester and Norwich. But even then, they did quite well. They both got promoted. So now this season again, I've got
3 teams in the Championship.
3 feeder clubs in the Championship. I just have to balance. Like, basically, it's whoever I then can't get someone else to pay their wages, but I still want them to get football. I then try and send them to one of my 3 feeder clubs in England. And I used to have a lovely selection of like Olympic Lyon. They were a feeder team of mine. And then they qualified for the Champions League, so they cancelled the link, and I was a bit gutted because they said like, "Oh, we're now equals, so we don't need to be a feeder team." And then I tried to get Sporting Lisbon on board, but they weren't having it. And then I've tried another one. I think it was Ajax. I really wanted Ajax. I thought that would look super cool. But,
man, like absolutely trampling on the tradition of these big European clubs.
Yeah, exactly. Domestically, they can be dominant. They could have won 15 titles in a row, but they're still a feeder club for Liverpool.
Speaking of that, because last video I watched you do, you seem to be like not sure if that was going to be the end of that video. Are you going to do different? Because I also realised when I listened back to the last recording that I had said at the beginning of the thing I'm going to ask you about it, but then we forgot. So are you gonna keep doing that, or are you going to move on to a different game, or what?
Yes, I think I'm going to carry on doing this. Things you won't have known yet about my game, but hey, look, we'll go for spoilers. Basically, I was after the original point of it was to win the Premier League and win the Champions League with Liverpool. Yeah. So to boost their numbers. The thing was called, I think, was it called 16-9? That's the name of the series. 19-6. Is it 19-6? That makes more sense.
Yeah. 16 Champions Leagues, and we want to get rid of some of our titles.
But yeah, so that was the name of the game, and then I won the Champions League last season, so I was very, very happy.
Yeah.
And so this season, I thought, you know what? With this squad, I reckon I could win everything.
So the plan is now to try and.
Yeah, exactly right. So in the season that I've just finished, I won the Community Shield, the European Super Cup, the Club World Championship, the Capital One Cup, the FA Cup, and the Premier League. But spoiler alert, I got knocked out of the Champions League. And it is. Honestly, in the video that I've recorded where there was actually no sound, I did like a breakdown, which I will repeat because I am still absolutely gutted over the 2 legs. Like, it was against Man City, and the number of shots that Joe Hart saved was like 3 times the number of shots that Man City had in total. And so, yeah, it was just over 3 hours of football. Oh, how can you have, I had 50 odd shots and scored 1 goal. So it's disappointing.
Have you done a league season unbeaten yet?
Yes, yeah. So that was.
Wasn't that the one where you won the Champions League that year? You ended up being unbeaten as well, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. So did two big hitters that you won in one season, which was nice.
Yeah. That's going. And what round was that you lost to Man City?
Oh, it was. I think so. I beat Barcelona in the first knockout round. Because they were unseeded naturally.
Yeah.
And then I think it was in the round of 16.
Man.
Just not even close.
Oh, did you see that?
No.
My guy recommends sending him to. Oh yeah, I bet you do, mate. Yeah, I fancy a trip to Qatar. Yeah, go on then, bugger off.
Classic.
If he comes back with anyone, then I'll be. How can you fail to adapt to the right wing role? You play right wing. Moron.
Is that if you asked him to dribble down the right?
Something like that, yeah. I'm going to ask him to learn. Oh, he already knows it too well. He can't. Okay, never mind that. Carry on. Oh, dear. Yeah. But carry on then.
So I won 6 trophies out of 7. Which really made me laugh. Liverpool celebrate famous sextuple. But yeah, the one that you want to retain, really, the Champions League, eluded me.
That's a shame.
So yeah, next season I won't have like the Club World Championship. I won't have the European Super Cup to compete over.
Have to do at least 2 more seasons then.
Yeah, exactly. So I can win everything that I can win, and then try and have a season where you win everything that there is to win. Whilst also there is my other kind of aim of the game is to kind of rationalise the team and the squad as a whole from a squad with 250 players in it.
An actual farm of children.
Yeah, well, exactly. And so the average age of my first team is like 22, and that's like not including like hundreds of children.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible.
Yeah. So a lot of what I was doing was thinking like, oh, well, I know he's not going to be good enough, but I tell you what, I'll loan him out a couple more times and then I can sell him for loads of money.
Yeah.
But now I already have loads of money, so there's no point in doing 2 seasons of sorting out loans for him in order to then get 30 million instead of 10.
Yeah.
I can just get 10 and get him off the payroll and not ever have to think about the player ever again. So that's what I'm shooting for this time around. So it's maintaining success levels whilst rationalising the costs of the club and managing to pay off Messi.
But you must surely have so much money though.
Yeah,
it's sickeningly. I mean, how you can possibly need more money?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really need to. I was gonna in January. There was a wonder kid I could have signed on a free from PSG, who I knew I wouldn't play because he doesn't fit my system at all. But I knew looking at him, he's like a £30 million player, so I want to sign him. And the thing was, he only wanted like $8,000 a week and stuff like that, and so it was like the temptation was unbelievable. And then I cancelled it.
Look at this. England scraping a 1-1 draw with Belarus. Alexei Gerasimets. Oh, he's pretty decent though.
Yeah.
Playing for Porto. Came through it raw.
Yeah, he didn't even come through at Bate Borisov.
No, he's must be one of the few who didn't. Anyway, go on. Sorry, yeah. I like to keep an eye on Belarus. I still feel that after I've done what I feel like I can do with Swindon, that might be my next location, is to try and make Belarus into do what I said I was going to do with Śląsk and turn Belarus into like a world football power.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did a really good job in Poland in terms of like Champions League places and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I feel like actually, you know what? I was looking at it the other day and I was like, that was so much fun. The trouble was the league season's so dull that there's not really much going on there. So it's like it can be a bit of a drag because there's quite a lot of games, like 30 games a season, which you don't really have to worry about.
Yeah,
you know, it's a bit of a. And then if you get a rough draw in the round of 16 and you're out straight away, it's just a bit disappointing.
Yeah, no, I remember you saying it's like it's good, but it's a tough slog basically.
Yeah.
It's like there's a similar thing. I managed in Brazil for a bit as my father-in-law Milton Marito.
Finally, we're getting to a game. By the way, Jesus, what a long window that was. Okay, yeah. Sorry, carry on.
But yeah, so in the Brazil, they have obviously the main league, but then they also have state championships, which are like mini leagues with all of the local teams. And so there'll be like, well, for me, there was Atletico Mineiro and Cruzeiro, and then literally every other team was complete crap. So there were like, you know, you could easily, if you had a good team and you actually played your good team, you could easily have everyone's average rating at like over 8 because they'd win every game 10-0. So I ended up, I mean, I persisted with it a bit because I thought it was interesting because you were only allowed Brazilian players and stuff like that, and you were allowed like 3 foreign players.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting challenge. So I ended up having basically 2 completely separate squads. One of which I'd play all my like 17 and 18-year-olds in the state championship, and they'd still win it. And then I'd play like my more experienced players, 21 years of age, the first division. And then I was doing okay with that. I was bringing 4-4-2 to Brazil, which they
Yeah,
just completely
did not get.
couldn't get their head around. So it was pretty challenging, pretty interesting. So I had technically by far the best squad, but because I was being tactically insistent, I was not getting the most out of them at all. But I was like, you will primarily English with a second nationality of Portuguese of Brazilian. Sorry, you will learn this. Oh, I've just had a poor network connection.
Yeah, our network
Alert.
just did a little bit of a flubbing there, so I expect the recording will be a bit bad for that bit, but fine.
Oh well, you'll have missed out on me talking about a Brazilian game a long time ago, so it should be alright.
You can still understand it. You can still understand what you're saying. It's just it'll be a bit sort of blip, 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 blip. But yeah, that's the thing with Belarus. I think there's a restriction on players, like you said, so they have to mostly be Belarusian. Because there was that in Poland as well, but the thing is that the restriction was so sort of it allowed for essentially 20 foreigners, and then 99 other players had to be and then something like 65 other players had to be Polish. I was like, yeah, I can do that. That's fine.
Yeah,
There's no problem. But I think in Belarus it's a little bit more, a little bit tougher. But I'm looking forward to it. But I really just want to win the Premier League at least once with Swindon, and probably something in Europe. Anyway, let's finally get down to a game.
Oh yes, please.
So the question is, do we start with Pelletier at home to Man City, the sensational Man City? He's not been playing fantastically, but that's because he's 18 and he is good.
Yeah, I think you've got another one of those when you had at Western-super-Mare, and then you left, and all of those 18-year-olds
just became sensational.
Well, I think you've got another one of those.
Well, I think he's as good as Felix Krohn, though, isn't he? Basically, that's the thing.
I think
if you look at them,
slightly better. Like Krohn might be slightly better.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more creative and physicality. All right, we're going to play with Krohn to start with. He's just got back into the Norway teams, so
yeah,
we'll do it.
Happy.
We've got Gillich. Oh, McAllister's actually better though, so I'll do that. Forget, I haven't played it for a couple of days, so it's you have to pick back up where we left off. Now, Borgo or Ortega. Let's leave Ortega there. I don't know if you can hear that. There's something very loud is happening in our.
Very, very vaguely. So
in our street. It's in the hallway. Someone's clearly rolling something or.
Oh, lovely.
Idiots. Anyway, come on, lads. Just believe in yourself. There's a lot more to come from you. This is probably not the right way to go. We should probably say something like pressure's off. But let's see.
Oh well, they liked it.
Yeah,
mostly.
They usually do. They mostly do. I've never really had problems with team talks except for the first season at Slonsk when we had that weird. Oh hello. Oh Wilmot, terrible touch. Oh rubbish.
Oh.
Where I had that Brazilian striker who just everything I said to him he was like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Yeah.
And then
he was like, no, you just need to leave, my friend.
And then he went on to be a Polish international because of course he did.
Yeah. Because he was actually he was like one of those the first generation of foreign strikers that go to that sort of league.
Yeah.
And just absolutely mess it up, like Eduardo in Croatia, who then signed for Arsenal. But he was a Croat national, of course he was. Yeah,
because he played for Croatia against England, didn't he?
Yeah. And then he did the whole his leg nearly came off.
Yeah. Was that against Hull or something like that? I feel like it was.
I feel like
or maybe it was Stoke. Lloyd Wilmot. Oh, Shehu with the back post. Come on.
Yes.
Masha's standing next to me, doing her best to make noise.
Hope she is well.
Yeah, she is well. You okay? Are you okay? Yeah, she's fine, thank you.
Okay, excellent stuff.
Look at this. I mean, it's early days, but what a win this would be. Let's not even start talking like that because we know what's going to happen, and it's this. That guy's name is like a German joke, Schwerteferger.
Like a German punchline.
Yeah, it just sounds like, someone's made up a German name and they've just gone, it's Schwerteferger. And Torsten Beck, and out he goes to Gaynor. Gaynor has really come on. He ended the season last season very strongly. and is performing quite well this season. So I'm quite happy with him.
Okay.
He even scored. He scored like a towering header. It was against Charlton, and the ball was lofted to the back post, and he just wrote.
Oh,
What a finish that was! He just rose and headed it in across the goal. Kusela, that seems like a Finnish name. There's quite a few good Finnish players coming through at the moment. The Scandinavian region at the moment is being very productive.
Yeah. Well, it could be Finnish or then like South African.
Could be.
It's like Kusela on the Vuvuzela.
Yeah, true. No, Riedel. Wilmot.
Wow,
touch.
his first touch is genuinely awful because every first touch he's had in this game has been dire.
Phenomenally poor, yeah. I don't know, probably. They probably are. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I do love it when you get to like little stats like that do genuinely come out. And it's like, God, why? I have one striker who is amazing in every other aspect, but his first touches are like 12. So it does just come out when he's busy beasting everyone. But if you ping a pass into him, he just like falls over.
yeah. Like, come on, Dolls. Gilic, what are you doing, Gilic? Oh, good effort. He's not scored yet, but I like him. He's playing very well. Like, you can see the difference in the midfield from when we were playing last season. Or I mean, you probably can't, but I can see the difference. We're much more solid, and we are much. Oh, it's a great bit of play, but Janssen says it.
Good save.
But yeah, we're a lot more solid, and we are able to sort of go a bit more toe to toe with teams. I was a little bit offended when you told me via WhatsApp that my team was essentially a Tony Pulis team. Oh. Pekka, he's a Finish.
I thought you might take offence at that.
Yeah, I was like, for God's sake, man. That's harsh.
As in,
I know.
I should have explained it better.
Yeah.
A Ben Wheatland winger is very much a Tony Pulis winger, like Matty Etherington. You know, I'm thinking Stoke generation Pulis when it was genuinely
good
and it worked. And you just want them to get the ball, run all the way down the wing, and then put a cross in.
Yeah.
You also love any centre back over 6'5".
Yes, please.
So you're like 6'2". It's like, could he be taller?
I'm thinking taller though.
Can he stand on a little bench?
Gilic.
But yeah, so it was more in terms of you like wingers who are wingers, not like inside forwards or wide playmakers or such.
Yeah.
And you like real lanky ass centre backs. I mean, obviously, your teams tend to have a bit more going on than just that. Whereas I would say Pulis is a bit more. That's the plan.
Yeah. Well, certainly in the lower leagues, that is my actual just the plan is just be quick and whip it in and have someone in the box who'll just tap it in. That's why both the players up front play as poachers.
Yeah, and you score a lot from set pieces.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Lloyd.
On,
yes, please. Come on, Lloyd Wilmot. What a finish.
That's his first acceptable first touch of the game.
Yeah, that was acceptable. Udin, I imagine if we look at his stats, he will be some kind of like sensational footballer. But what was that? I'd love to play with the 3D thing on, but I think this version doesn't really do it justice like your one does. But I'd love to have known what in real life what that would have been. Like he just sort of fall on his ass as he tried to catch the ball on his foot, or.
Yeah, just like completely misjudged the header.
Yeah, so, well, that's I think what it must have been. Yeah.
Yeah, or he's like one of those world class centre backs who's actually 5'8".
Yeah,
so it just genuinely drifted over his head.
Do you remember you had that South Korean goalkeeper who was about 5'3" or something like that?
yeah, I think he was about 5'6", but he had like 20 on agility and jumping. So I just always imagined him like absolutely flinging himself around the goal,
like a really like a monkey on a tree branch or something, just flying about. McAllister,
I nicknamed him the Cat.
Oh, Wilmot, what are you doing? Okay, what have we got? They're looking pretty good. Dalzell's not doing great. Might bring him on. Riedel's not doing well either.
I suppose all of their attacks have been down that side.
Yeah,
so that's probably
he's struggling a bit.
Yeah,
I mean they are excellent. Man City are a
Yeah.
good team, so it's not really surprising. But Gainer now, Ortega, Gainer, big ball in. Oh, bah. Oh, McAllister. That was rubbish.
Oh. No, I took a deflection. It's fine.
I know.
What you would have preferred top
Oh,
bins.
come on there. Who was that? Who are you? Get some Brookfield.
Schwertberg. My God, he's beating everyone to everything today. He must be unbelievable.
Well,
Or he's
he
just
was
in the game.
he was highlighted pre-game as in the press conference as one to watch.
Yeah.
Bring on
I'd
Bobby
say
McFerrin.
Bobby McFerrin, excellent stuff.
Yeah, although I agree. Oh, someone's been injured. Who was it?
Hopefully,
We'll never find out.
Schwertberger.
Schwertberger. No,
Chris
Fournier.
Oh. Ooh.
No.
Get to
Shahu.
crunch time. Well played, Shahu.
Right winger wins the header at the back post.
Well, that's for Hertha. Didn't you also do a special line in ridiculously lanky wingers as well?
There was a no. Was it for Hertha or was he playing for Schlansk? But there was one. I think it was David Daniels, wasn't his name? The Belgian guy who was like 6'3" and playing on the wing.
Quite possibly, yeah. And then
Which is
I
too
remember
tall.
there was a Dutch one at Hertha who was like 6'4" and ridiculously quick as well, which was just ridiculous. Come on.
That's what you want. Incredibly tall wingers.
Yeah, it is absolutely. What I used to back in my '07 heyday, because there were disproportionate numbers of goals scored from crosses and headers.
Yeah.
I used to just get like every single one of my back four would be 6'5", like, and that would just be like you couldn't if you had a short fullback, it would just it'd cost you like a goal a game. For sure.
That's a nice bit of pinball in the box there.
Yes, yeah. I was keeping my eye on it.
What was I going to say? Also, you were saying about wingers who get the ball down and strikers who put it away. That's I would say that's a Brian Clough tactic, not a simple football.
Yeah,
but effective and having a little bit extra going on.
Yeah,
because I'm like Brian.
No, I'd sign up for that.
Because I'm like Brian Clough. No, Shirley Bassey. No. Okay.
Oh,
number 6 is an idiot.
Oh dear! I wonder what that guy said when that ball went wide. Bah,
humbug.
Yeah, right. Come on, squeaky bum time. Let's hold on. Wilmot, good first touch.
He's been taken out.
Penalty.
Sonny Adamola. No, it's a free kick.
Oh,
he's got to be off though. Yes, he's off. Oh, it could be. I was going to go to overload, but I think that would probably be a bit much.
Yeah, maybe so. Just in case.
Lloyd Wilmot, come on.
Is he any good at free kicks?
Yes, he is. Oh, he is. I think he's the best one in the team, except for like Bowers is like sort of unaccountably good at corners.
Right.
He's got something like 19 on corners, but nothing else on dead ball wise. So it's a little bit strange.
Yeah.
Come on, boys! Push him! Hassle him! Did you see the video? I don't know if because you don't have Twitter, do you? So you wouldn't have seen it probably. There was a great video of Leeds last night. They're pressing in the 90th minute when they're 3-0 up, and they were three of them. They were the other team, West Brom, were breaking. And 3 of them run from here. They all just charge at him, and one of them absolutely wipes him out. It's absolutely brilliant. You're like, 90th minute? Do you need to be doing that?
Yeah, well, because they know that their manager analyses every single stat, and stats don't care whether it's the 90th minute or not. It counts as another sprint and another tackle. Thank you very kindly.
Oh, come on. Shahu! Oh, Bowers, get in there and just nod it in. Come on, boy.
It's the 94th minute of 3 minutes of injury time.
Yes, please. Oh, Ferrer.
Oh, Bobby, come on, mate.
Bobby Gazler.
Not in that particular instance.
Yeah, good win. Good draw. Sorry, it felt like a win because we were so well. We were not as good. We were pretty good though.
Oh, he does. He looks very Finnish, Kusela.
Yeah. His first name is Pekka. Yeah.
Pekka.
He's pretty good for a Finn.
He's pretty good, yeah. Boy.
Came through at Inter, but the Inter Turku, the
Finnish. Oh man.
Dear. Well, that was good. That was a good result. I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure. Very positive result.
2-2 at home. Lovely stuff. How long will it take for us to get through to the Bradford game? Because I was going to do 2, but I think we've been recording for bloody ages now. So
How's it looking? Oh, is my face now going to be in this? Whoops.
no, it shouldn't be because I'm recording the. You'll see it, but it shouldn't be. 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that long enough to carry on doing that?
Well, I don't know. Mine are all like 45 minutes because I did 2 videos made up like a season.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more game then. That's fun anyway. It was a good bit of chat. Pepper was good. I only wish I had some players like him. No, well, I don't like his attitude. Yeah. Come on, bruv.
I mean, let's not be bitching about it. Like.
Hey. He's got 8 goals in 10 games. But I could, I could do better. That's what my attitude is. No.
8 goals in 10 games. But, I don't know if he's really committed.
Yeah, his attitude's wrong, He's only in it for the money.
That's why he's at City.
Yeah.
Bloody mercenary.
Yeah, blue.
Scandinavian mercenary.
like all the Finns.
Notoriously.
Notoriously money grabbing.
Jussi Jääskeläinen. That's all he was after at Bolton.
I like I liked Jääskeläinen. He was a good player.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking, I do like quite a lot of Finns. So Jussi Jääskeläinen, Jari Litmanen, Sami Hyypiä.
Sami Hyypiä, yeah, great player.
Oh, man. Great Finns.
They're going great.
And I think,
guns.
Yeah, and so Sami Hyypiä popped into my head because I think he was on the list of the 40 greatest bargain signings of Premier League history.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, because I think they picked him up from like Hamburg or someone like that for like a couple of million, and he went on to like play tons of games for the club, win the Champions League, be the captain, sort their defence out.
Yeah,
a bit like the Virgil van Dijk effect more recently.
Yeah,
just come in and made a shoddy defence look unbelievable.
Yeah, except he was the most expensive defender ever. Who was the one on there that we were all a bit shocked to see that was on there? Was some kind of like £30 million or something like that?
Yeah, Suarez was on there for 23.
Oh yeah, Suarez.
And then Salah.
Yeah. What a load of rubbish.
Yeah, £34 million as one of the best bargains ever. And,
yeah, and I mean, like they're saying, relatively speaking, it doesn't matter. It's £34 million.
Yeah.
If Martial goes on to play for United and scores 1,000 goals every season, it's still not value for money that they signed him for £50 million when he was 18 or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of almost what you'd expect.
Yeah, that's an incredible gamble at best.
Yeah. I mean, we did. If you'd look at any of our Football Manager careers as well, you could pick out
1,000.
under £1 million, mate. World class stars for under £1 million.
What was his name? Abahi, the guy that you signed for me for £5,000.
Yes, yeah. And was it Aziz Abahi?
Yeah, Aziz Abahi.
Play for like Real Madrid or someone.
Yeah, he signed for Western Supermare actually for.
Oh yeah, of course he did.
£30 million.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely throwing their money away. They were.
Yeah.
He was a great player to be fair, but Lewis, come on.
Yeah, and I think I had to persuade you to sign him as well.
You might have done. It might have been one of those ridiculous things that I get a bit funny about these things sometimes.
I was like, it's 5k.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
Tell me how you lose from this.
Yeah. I think it from the classic, it was like Africa Sports or something. The team.
Yeah. Oh, they have some great names. There was who was it? I don't know. But the South African clubs particularly have great names.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got Kaiser Chiefs for a start, and then I don't know. They always have like sunshine and glory and.
That guy who got sent off in that game, Ruben. What's wrong with you, mate? You can't get enough first team football. Well, that happens quite a lot.
Assistant manager John Joe Shelby.
Yeah.
Go on, John.
I always say that, and then I don't care if they get upset.
Yeah, I've found it on a bit of a cycle now. So what happens is they go, "Oh, I'm unhappy. I'm not getting enough first team football." I go. if they give me the option, I say, oh well, this guy's on great form, so if his form drops off, you'll be there.
Yeah, that's
And they
not
go
an option
like,
on this one.
yeah, yeah, but it's not always an option because you haven't always got someone on great form, which makes a modicum of sense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I then say, well, if you train really well, I'll think about it. And if they say that's nonsense, then I say like, oh, you're being really unprofessional, and they either go, yeah, all right, I'm sorry, or they go, right, well, I'm upset now. You've done appallingly, and they're unhappy for a bit, and then they say they're like unhappy, then they complain again, and they're like blah blah blah, and I say, oh well, train really well, and we'll see, and eventually, if it comes around to it and they're still not getting first team football, they come to me and go, boss, you've broken so many promises to me, I can't trust you anymore. And I go, oh, I'm sorry, can we restore our professional relationship? And they go, yeah.
Nice.
And so the whole thing, if it properly sustains itself, because sometimes genuinely someone gets injured and then they do get more games and then it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing could go on for like 9 months or a year, and then they're fine at the end of it anyway.
On this one, you don't get anywhere near as much opportunity to talk them out of it. You basically have to go in all guns blazing one way or the other. You can't say sort of thing like any kind of reasonable thing is, well, someone else is in form, but you don't even get that option if someone is in good form.
Yeah, it's very black and white.
Yeah, and also
like you're getting sacked.
Well, yeah, but like also like there's no way to back down from anything. You know, you like as soon as you say if you say to him, well, last time you didn't perform very well, and that's why you're not in the team. Regardless of whether that's true or not, they're like, yeah, but I think I don't really care about that. I just want to leave, and then that's the conversation. You're like, oh, great, well, cheers, mate.
Yeah.
You've not really left me with very many opportunities to change things here.
Yeah, that is a confusing one that I now avoid because I used it for a little while and then ended up getting a bit like confused with it. Is I say like, oh, an underperforming player. You've underperformed, you can't start games anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, but tell me where I can improve. And then it gives you all these weird options like, oh, as a striker, I want you to be putting in more crosses. So work on that and then you'll play. And like, well, pick whichever obscure option you want. And then they'd always go, oh. No, they wouldn't always go, or I was reacting to what's going on. And then they always go, well, I can't put in more crosses if you're not playing me, so you have to play me. And then I'm like, oh, well, that was rubbish.
Good point,
anyway.
Well made. See you later.
Yeah.
See you at Anfield next week.
Yeah, see if you can, as a centre-back, I want you to do more diving headers. So
it's a great ball. Oh, what a goal.
Yes.
What a finish. He didn't mean it.
What didn't mean that?
Well, what did he do?
The keeper must have kicked it onto him.
Yeah, maybe, or he he might have headed it. Often if they do a header, which is like a little glancing header.
Yeah.
Yeah, he headed it.
Yeah.
Nodded the ball on, and apparently didn't mean that. Okay.
Yeah. If it had been Sergio Aguero, they would have said, "Wow, the man's a genius."
Yeah.
But
because it's Lloyd. Lloyd. He could never have meant that.
Yeah.
The amount of Scandinavian players in this Premier League is ridiculous. Like I just noticing them all popping up, or at least the names that him running and stuff like that. Everyone has one.
Yeah, it may be to do with the like the settings, because you get each country gets like a youth rating.
Yeah.
So the kind of the probability that their youth players will actually be decent.
Yeah.
And then it depends on like the size of your database, how many of those players then actually like come through.
Yeah.
Because if you get large, then like loads of teams across the world get a few. Ooh, Jørgen. But yeah, because you've had loads of Danes before.
Yeah, the Danish players on this game is just it's insane. But then it's strange because it always seems to happen one way or the other. Like I played. The one where I played with Dover, I had a save previously where I was Dover manager, and the Czech players on that were all sensational.
Yeah.
And there was
Go on.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
What you did?
Oh god.
How do you hit that over?
I like to think that was an overhead kick as well. He literally, like, the whole momentum of his entire body went into that shot.
Oh, Wilmot. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh,
I again go back to my complaint that you can't incentivize them to assist on this game.
yeah.
Because any player, like you give like a winger a massive goal bonus, and they, instead of crossing it, they'll just like, smash it like Gaynor just did. Go on, Becken. Go on, fella. Oh, rubbish.
Make good decisions.
Do you know what, that part of it, when you go from having had a good team to going down to like League Two or a really low ranking team, and having to watch the idiots who play football at that level, like just no football knowledge at all. Like, what are you fucking doing? Yeah. Why would anyone do that? Like, obviously I understand they have to limit the lower, the lesser players and stuff, but no one playing football would do that.
Just like gather the ball on the penalty spot and then ping it back to a fullback.
Yeah, or like the weird things where they sort of stand next to the byline when no one's on them and then just kick it off. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
That is reflecting 7 on passing.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh, Becken. Oh, rubbish.
God.
One-on-ones is okay.
God, you're absolutely dominating.
Yeah, we are. We're doing pretty well. What's the stats like? Oh, yeah, we are dominating.
Their keeper is the person on their team who's had the most touches.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Oh, they were playing a very expansive formation then for a second. Okay, so we'll go for the standard Ben Wheaton half-time team talk when we're doing well. Too much passion seems to end up falling on deaf ears after a while, I think. But apparently, calmness doesn't ever do anything. So, like, I used to always just do passionate team talks, and it worked for a while, and then they just stopped reacting.
Yeah.
But now I do calm team talks interspersed with a bit of passion or assertiveness, and they're fine with that.
Right. Yeah. My standard mix-up is assertive overall team talk, and then a calm position-specific team talk.
But your team talks are always really harsh, though, aren't they? Like, you're winning 2-0 at half-time, you're like, that's not good enough, mate. So you should have been 10 up.
Well, because ever since I started doing it, the top-level players love it. They just love it. So for instance, if my Liverpool team winning 1-0 in this game, I would have said, disappointed. Like, you get to show me something else in the second half, and they all would have gone like, yeah, come on then.
It's so weird though. Like, I always feel like I have to sort of nanny them through everything because mine gets so upset if you say anything nasty to them. Oh, great! Yeah, great header that was. What the fuck was that? Christ's sake! Did we get the throw in? No, we didn't. Okay. Idiots. Absolute clowns.
Yeah, when I'm actually genuinely upset, so I will say assertive, like annoyed. When just normal football is happening.
Yeah.
Oh no, Gaynor's injured. Oh yeah.
He is injured. I'll take him off because I've got Novotny on the bench. So.
Yeah. If they're actually like even daring to lose, then I'll go aggressive and absolutely slam them. And they know what hit them.
When in that season where you won the league without losing any games, were you actually losing at very many points at all in the season?
Yeah, I think I was quite lucky. There were a number of games where it was like a little last minute equaliser to draw against, it would be like against like Birmingham or some nonsense like that. But yeah, and that was where you can just like have a right go at them because they've literally like not lost at all.
Oof, dear me.
You still just got the 1-0 lead. I know, which is stressing me out slightly.
It's stressing me out, and I don't like it because these are the games we should be easily winning. I think I said it in the video that you've watched that I'd like it if we could just put these kind of games to bed. Beat the teams we were expected to win against, and then did I just put my centre back up front? What the hell?
Yeah, you did.
How did that happen?
Just to see the game out, mate.
But wait, how?
I think it must have, when you were trying to drag on a forward, it dragged from a different point. Man.
Great. So we've got Riedel up front.
Defend from the front, isn't it?
Well, that's annoying.
Make him a defensive forward. It might be.
Target man. He's going to have to be target man support.
Yeah, target man support. So he just wins flick-ons. There
Fucking
you go.
absolute. I mean, what any manager at the 70th minute makes his final substitution, brings on the centre back up front when you're winning. You know what?
I think Klopp did it with Steven Kalka a couple of times.
Yeah, and you know some there's a couple of stories of famous teams would do that occasionally, but
Yeah,
like Sergio Ramos occasionally used to play up front for Real Madrid. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. And what's his face? Was it Matty Elliott for Leicester?
Well,
I mean, less famously than Sergio Ramos, but.
oh man, did you see he got like his 25th career red card the other week?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you doing? Come on.
Oh,
Man.
he's one of those horrible players, isn't he? Who just like has to win, otherwise they just start doing stupid stuff, like Suarez and Ronaldo. You just hate them, but then if they were on your team, you'd love them.
Yeah, he'd absolutely delightful. Yeah. Oh man, this is stressful now because I made that stupid mistake.
Don't worry about it. Defending starts from the front. That's what it is.
Wilmot wasted another chance.
I'd love it if he gets like a gilt-edged opportunity.
He will do. That's the thing. He'll probably put it away as well. I mean, like we've seen Beckham be utterly blunt up front. Let's have Riedel prove with his third ever career goal or something like that.
Oh dear! Like playing me
If
off.
we don't win, we're going to be ripped apart in the press because of this strange substitution.
So Ben, talk us through putting on a centre back with no.
Oh, look at that!
He's forgotten even how to control a football.
Did you see that? Like you tried to put him through, and he didn't even realise what was going on. It's just like, oh, what? Yeah, okay, run. Yeah, okay. Oh, he tried to make a run forward. Then that was nice. Oh, go on.
Oh, see?
Oh, he gets an assist. No! Oh man, like a sensational through ball.
Oh, mate.
The
That
much
target
derided.
man role he was secretly born to play.
We win. Oh my god. A pathetic result.
Wow.
Oh man. I mean, when you right back as man of the match, he played a 6.8. You know, he played above average.
Perfectly serviceable.
I'll take it. You know, that's a lesson learned for us, I suppose. We can do that. Worst comes to worst.
That's an option, just saying.
Hey, but look at that though. Up to 5th.
Yeah, very nice.
Yum yum yum. Charlton, where are Charlton? They're in 4th.
Yes.
Huddersfield. Oh my god, Huddersfield won. Huddersfield have won again.
Wow, brilliant. So that'll be their manager's job secure for another year.
I wonder what's happening with Justice and Bailey because he was still here. I'll search in that, and then that'll be the end of this video.
Yeah. He was doing the rounds, wasn't he?
He's basically managed every single club who's ever been in this part of the Premier League, and he's done badly at all of them.
Oh dear, excellent.
It's a shame because I love Justice and Bailey. He scored so many goals. He was such a hero. He just wasn't that good, and he was still great.
Yeah,
because he was like 6'8".
unaccountably superb.
Because he was really big. That's why. Like he was,
Yeah.
he was indomitable in the air.
He was just an absolute hench mother.
He was. He's jacked to all hell.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Justice. He was in the middle.
Was he? Oh, he's down at the bottom now. Okay.
Yeah, he's down at the bottom.
50 years old. Oh, he got 132 caps. He's still as young as he ever was. He feels we could become friends. He loves me.
Oh, can you? I love it when it's like feels two of you could become friends, and then you can say something to him.
Yeah.
Matey with him.
Look at that lovely record. £1 million. Still made a profit on him.
Yeah.
Oh, what a player! And then his management career. Hull.
Wow. Hull, Stoke,
Yeah, and look at the length of time he's been at each of these clubs. In fact, that year was annus horribilis for him. Sacked as manager of South Africa, sacked as manager of Cardiff after
7 months.
So he didn't even do anything. He didn't get sacked for anything particular. He didn't take them down.
Yeah.
Oh, he must have just taken over at Norwich, and then gotten them. Did they get relegated? No. And Sunderland, I'm pretty sure he got them relegated. No. Okay, so he's a fairly serviceable.
Yeah.
Keep him up. He'll keep you up.
Oh, apart from
Except
QPR.
for QPR, who got relegated.
That's what the conversation that we just had was exactly the conversation the QPR board had.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll keep us up. Oh no.
It's perfectly serviceable. What's wrong with him? Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Okay.
So does that mean he was the manager last season when we played them? No, it was 2 years ago. So I did play against him. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to leave this video here. So thanks, Sam, for joining us. Let's just check the fixtures. I said last time that I was going to record the Tottenham and Huddersfield game, so I'll do that off camera without Sam. So cool. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.